This honestly wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen. If I'm being honest, I only watched it because I recently looked up Jake Wary movies. He plays Kevin in the Fred movies. And I've been rewatching those. And I just finished the TV show. So I said, fuck it, let's watch some Jake Wary movies. And I'm into horror, so I looked up horror movies. And this is one of the things that popped up. I knew immediately it wasn't gonna be good. Because it just feels like one of those bad movies, Because there's just some movies, just from hearing the title, they're not going to be very good. And that's what I felt like when I heard the name Zombie Beavers. So, he's the only decent actor in here besides Jen. And only likable character. He ends up dying when there's 30 minutes left of the movie. So that sucks. The movie starts with this scene of these two people that have like radioactive shit and stuff, just talking and discussing sexuality and stuff like that. And then eventually they get distracted while the other dude's on his phone. He says, "Do you see that deer?" And he says, "Yeah, I see it." And then he runs the deer over, and they lose one of the barrels in the river. And that starts the plot of this movie, because the beavers eat it or whatever. Or it gets in their water and contaminates them. I don't remember exactly what happened. But it infects them. So there's this girl that got cheated on by her boyfriend. And this other girl that's pretty supportive and wants her to stay off her phone. And this other girl that constantly makes jokes. And says it's okay because they're jokes and she knows she's joking. Like, yeah, that's a really shitty thing to do, is constantly joke about the fact that she was cheated on. Very nice character. Man, I love her. And not to mention later, we find out that she even knows the girl that's, that was with the dude. And that's the other best friend. But she only fucking tells her because her petty ass is mad. She's mad at the other girl because of something happened. I don't remember the exact thing that happened, but she's mad at her. She's like, "Oh, really? Of course she'll take his side." And then she tells Jen that her best friend has been sleeping with her boyfriend. She's a fucking bitch. She ends up being the final girl, though. So, yay. And then, we get 3 boys later in the movie, which is Jake Wary, who plays Tommy, the cheater girl's boyfriend. We also get the cheater in the movie. I don't remember his name. And we get this dude named Buck, who is very unfunny and just constantly talks about sex. Eventually he gets his foot chopped off by one of the beavers. So luckily we don't hear from him for most of the movie after that. Besides a very awful joke about eating pussy. But other than that, once his foot gets bitten off, the dude barely talks. So it's for the better of the audience, I guess. Fortunately, Jake Wary's character is the first to die. So there goes poor Kevin. And then, the movie ends up ending with Zoe and the cheater girl being the last 2 survivors. And then we realize the cheater girl's been bitten after she thinks the other girl's been bitten. So, they get in this little argument, and then the cheater girl turns into a beaver zombie thing, and then the annoying girl kills her. And then the movie ends with those same 2 truck drivers having a conversation, and the dude goes, "Do you see that girl on the road?" And he says, "Yeah, I see her." And he goes, "I trust you." And the movie ends with the exact same thing that happened in the beginning of the movie. Him hitting someone after not paying attention and being on his phone. I mean, it was kind of funny about the delivery, but the joke is still not very good. They just did the exact same thing they started the movie with, except instead of a deer being hit, it's the final girl. So, okay. Overall, this movie wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but it still fucking sucked. There's no doubt about it. It was decent for like a good half an hour, and then it just went downhill the longer it went on. Jokes kept getting worse and worse, and the characters kept getting more and more unlikable. One dude fucking kills the girl's dog. Now I remember why the girl was pissed. He throws the dog into the river as a distraction, a diversion from the beavers. And she gets pissed at him because of that, for obvious reasons, because that's her fucking dog, man. But he tries to play a fucking part like, oh, it was either him or us, and I'm gonna pick us over a fucking dog. It's just a dog. And she goes, it's my dog. And then the girl kind of takes his side. And then that's when she reveals that her best friend slept with her boyfriend. I think he deserved a more violent death, because he was a piece of shit through the entire movie. But he just gets his dick bitten off, and then he falls to the ground. I mean, that's pretty brutal, but that stuff's happened in plenty of horror movies to shitty characters. Or, oh, he got stabbed in the dick or something. Even Scream 4 did it to a character that barely existed. He got shot right in the dick. But I guess that's about it for this crappy movie. It's really not worth the watch, though.